You are listening to The Michael Lodge Show. Wealth, business, and taxes. Oh yeah, and some politics. Let's get started.
And good morning. So here we are again. Another morning, another bright day, blue skies. At least it's that way here in South Florida. I don't know in the rest of the United States, not really paying attention to your weather. I'm just happy. I've got blue skies, a nice breeze that comes off the ocean. I'm happy. Listen, for several weeks, months, and years that I've been doing this podcast, I have been asking you, as a listener, to get more involved in watching the bills that go through Congress. Because each and every single one of them affects you in some way or another. And Congress is very dangerous when it comes to bills, because within a bill they add other bills that they want hidden or they want put away. Well, there's a bill that passed Congress, and the Democrats are happy about it. Very pro-union. In fact, it gives unions more strength to get people into their unions. Remember, union employment is only 6% of the United States. It used to be higher than that, but now it's gone down to 6% because people have found out that working with unions really doesn't get them ahead. It doesn't. But Democrats still have this belief that it does. And so they created this bill called the ProAct. Now you're going to hear a lot about this because it's going to come to the Senate. It's been passed by the Congress. Now it's got to go into the Senate. But what it does, it gives unions a lot more power. It gives them the ability to get your name and address and phone number, all the information that they can about you from your employer, so that they can begin hounding you and calling you and everything else. But it also gives them a more advantage and more push to get into companies. Now remember, only 6% of the employment in this United States is union. And it became that way because what people found out is that unions were taking the dues and donating it to politicians, but they really were not representing the individuals in their workplace. They just were not. So what happened is that unions lost favor, especially in business, especially in manufacturing, because once the union gets in, labor costs go up. When labor costs go up, what happens to the goods and services you buy? They go up also. So it really does hurt the American public a lot. But the other issue within that bill, remember in California they had AB 5, and AB 5 said no more to independent contractors. You can no longer be an independent contractor, you have to be an employee. And that bill was also driven by the unions in California. Now, it passed. It hurt a lot of independent contractors, a lot, so that they had to move out of state. But what it did is it literally stopped small businesses to become big businesses because they could no longer be an independent contractor. Remember, independent contractors have several jobs working for companies throughout the year. Not just one, not just two. They have a whole bunch. I've been an independent contractor ever since I remember. I've always taken on projects that no one else wanted to take on. So, AB 5 literally destroyed the independent contractor in California. Also, it destroyed all of the tax deductions that an independent contractor can take on a Schedule C, which is for business or profession. Income minus expenses equals net income. They lost it all. So now the whole income is gone because of AB 5. So within the guts of this ProAct in Congress is AB 5. It's going to reclassify what independent contractors are. Now, if you know what has happened in California, I almost called it a bad name, sorry. But what happened in California is that AB 5 was almost destroyed in the last election because the people had enough of what politicians were doing. They had gone to court and they were losing the court battles. So the problem with AB 5 is that it destroyed the livelihoods. I'll give you a good example. In the entertainment industry. My clients that used to come to me during tax time from the entertainment industry, because my office was right there in Burbank, and that's where all the studios were, that's where all the producers were, all the line producers, makeup artists, everybody. When they worked as an independent contractor, sometimes I had people having 10 1099s because they went from one production to another production to another production to another production, and they were moving all around. Well, that stopped. When AB 5 came along, that stopped. And the production company said, well, we don't want to pay W-2 wages because that will increase our production costs. So what they do, they moved the production out of state into other states and other cities. Because California drove them out with AB 5. So with the ProAct, and once again sponsored by the unions, trying to destroy the independent contractor, trying to destroy the small business, they did it again. And the Democrats did it again to small business. Independent contractors are small business. Now, Democrats don't view them as small business. They're nothing to them. So they love it every time that they can destroy a small business because they hate small business. The Democratic Party has pounded upon small business for many, many years now. Because they have this dream that everybody will be unionized and everybody will have the same wages, everybody will have the same benefits. That's what they want. They don't want anybody going up. They want everybody just staying the same, a flat line in America. So now this bill, the ProAct, and you guys need to get on the horn, and you got to start calling your senators out on this. The ProAct is more destruction to small business. I'm just amazed sometimes the way that government looks down on independent contractors and small business people. They really seem to have this disdain for anybody trying to become better, trying to build themselves up, trying to build a business. They seem to hate that more than anything else in the world because they have this socialist view where they want everybody at the same level, making the same dollar, making the same health insurance, just being the same. No one ever achieving anything. No one ever going upward, but just remaining flatland, as I've said before, and just staying the same. They just want America just staying the same. And that's not America. America came here to do great things. People got off the Mayflower saying, okay, now I've got a new beginning. I can do anything I want, and look at what has happened. We have people landing on the moon. There's a lot of independent contractors that worked on that project. There's a lot of independent contractors who are out there working on building new cars in the United States. There's a lot of independent contractors helping small businesses. When people came here, they said, I've got a chance. I've got the ability to do whatever I want. People still coming into the United States from other countries are saying, I can do anything I want in the United States. But then we have this government who has this socialist view where everybody must be the same. Everybody must make the same amount of money. Everybody should be covered by the same health care plan. Everybody should send their kids to the same type of school. That's not what America has ever been about. America has been about building something. Doing something great within your community or within your nation. Building a new car. Like Elon Musk. Look at what he has done. Elon has built great things. He's sent He sent rockets up into the sky carrying loads. Payday loads for him. You see, everybody has this chance to become something unless government gets involved. And that's what the ProAct does. It gets government involved and it gets unions involved. And pretty soon you have nothing but destruction to the United States economy. Now remember, when costs go up, inflation goes up. When costs go up, that means you and I are spending more and more money at the store or at the gasoline pump or whatever. When government gets involved, everything goes to hell, and they've got to get out of our business. That is the problem with this country, is that government has decided that they know best, know how we should live our lives. I'm sorry, I do not agree with that notion, and I will fight it tooth and nail. I tell you, I will fight it tooth and nail. And I'm hoping that each and every single one of you who are listening will fight it also. Tell your senator, vote no on the ProAct, because it is nothing but unionization, and it is destroying independent contractors around the United States. Look at what AB 5 did in California. It literally destroyed the industry of independent contractors. I love independent contractors because they're out there trying to do new things. They're out there trying to build new cell phone covers. They're out there trying to provide healthcare services. They're out there doing more work than a lot of other people are doing because their lives depend upon it. And yet government wants to stop us again at the federal level this time. Excuse me. Call your senator and tell them no on the ProAct. No on the ProAct. Now, a lot of you are going to be getting this stimulus payment in just a few minutes, or maybe today or tomorrow. I checked mine, and they said on the 17th that it would be coming into my account. I don't even know how much money it is. I don't know. It will just sit in my bank account. When the last two came in, I did not even know it came in until I was doing my bank reconciliation at the end of the month, and I saw that two payments had come in. For one thing, I think the stimulus package is one of those things that we have overspent, especially this $1.9 trillion stimulus package is going to do nothing except to raise inflation again. Don't believe all this nonsense that's coming out of the Washington Post, out of the New York Times, or any of these other places that are saying that it's going to improve the economy. It's not going to improve the economy, because I'm going to tell you why. Each and every single one of you Americans need to be taking that money that you're getting from stimulus, put it in the bank, because this government is going to screw us again, and we're going to need that money. We are going to need those funds, because we're going to have a rainy day that's pouring down because the government screwed up. Take that money that you're getting and put it in the bank. That is your new rainy day fund, just in case this government does something stupid again. And under this presidential administration, it's going to happen because inflation is beginning to build. Gas prices, food prices, labor prices are going up. So that means that you and I are going to be paying more, and that means that inflation will go up. Now, Wall Street is not talking about it because they don't want to talk about it, because they don't want to admit that there's something happening, there's something brewing. They mention it every once in a while. I heard it a couple of times yesterday on Fox Business when I was driving along to the post office. So when government gets involved, inflation grows. When government gets uninvolved, inflation stays steady. The cost of goods stays steady because gasoline prices are steady, workplace wages are steady. But when you start raising taxes, which, by the way, Biden has stated yesterday that in the next package he presents to Congress, it will have tax increases to the American people. Taxes go up, cost of goods go up, prices go up. That's inflation. So I want you to know that we have a government at the moment that is out of control. They are not thinking what is good for the American people. Instead, what they are thinking is how much more money can we get in so that we can spend more money. Not what is good for the American people. The $1.9 trillion stimulus package that was just passed and signed by the president, 9% of that, 1 to 9% of that is for COVID. So when they talk about COVID, no, it's not for COVID. It's not for the virus. It's for schools that don't get it for another two years. So don't believe that story, because those schools don't get that money for two more years, okay? A lot of that money went to pay for to pay the debt for Amtrak. A lot of it went to build a tunnel from San Francisco down to Silicon Valley. Now, none of that, and what I'm just saying, has nothing to do with COVID. Nothing for the American people. So we have a government that's out of control, and we have got to watch them very, very closely. And we have got to fight back, because we as Americans have got to protect our own country from politicians within our own country. That is a big problem that we have. So every single day, if I have to, I'm going to go on here. I'm going to expose the ProAct. I'm going to expose the overspending and the nonsense spending from Congress. I am going to pound on them every single day. And I ask that every single one of you pound on them also. Because this overregulation, this pro-unionized bills that go through, this anti-small business bills that are within the ProAct is nonsense. SB 5 failed miserably in California, did so much damage that they still have not recovered. And it's a fast reaction. Very fast reaction to bad bills. I love this country. I love this nation. I love the ingenuity of every single one of us that sit and we are thinking about what can we do next. I know, because I talk to you guys every single day. And the most common phrase is, I'm looking for something to do. I'm looking for a way to make extra money or more money. They're looking for ways to do something different. That is what America is all about. We are not supposed to be sitting around and doing nothing. You know that $1.9 trillion Philadelphia, you know what they want to do with that? The portion that they're getting, I think they're getting like $200 million or something like that. They want to be able to pay certain families a year a salary. These are people who are low income, but they want to pay them an exact salary every single month. Now, what does that have to do with COVID? Nothing, right? So we're already seeing misuse of this COVID funds. So listen, guys. We cannot sit here and be stupid. We cannot sit here and twiddle our thumbs anymore. We have got to begin to speak up. Take action. Vote individuals out of office who voted for any part of the stimulus package because it wasted our taxpayer money. We have the power. We have the vote. So let's use it. Say, listen, that's the end of my spiel today. I hope everybody goes out and has a day that they created something, or they helped another person, or they pulled the mask down and smiled at another person. Do something imaginative today. Do something good. Listen, if you like my podcast, please support me at www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. Again, that's www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. If you have any questions about business or taxation or mediation, send me a text at 818-252-5682. Again, that's 818-252-5682. Or email me at info@lodge-co.com. Okay, now we start a new day. We're going to go out, you and I, and we're going to accomplish great things. And we're going to create new businesses. And we're going to create new thought processes. But we're going to go out and we're going to do something. Because why? We're Americans. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye. This podcast is produced by Michael Lodge, fully focused on content.